Okay, guys, I have to say, if you don't continue with this series, continue with Phantom in the Twilight, then you're gonna miss out. Because by the end of episode 3, my final verdict for the series is I'm gonna continue watching it. If for anything else, it's for Ton. Okay? So today here I am with a double review of episodes 2 and 3, and I seriously enjoyed Ton. Like, legitimately, she is such a fun character to watch, okay? She really is. Like, it's a breath of fresh air, especially in the reverse harem series. Even though this may not focus so much on the romance, it's underlined, okay? If the opening doesn't convince you otherwise, it's underlined in there, but it's not the main focus. And the fact that she's not a damsel in distress, first off. She's capable of handling stuff herself. She's not scared of getting into any situation, even if it may get physical, as by means of protecting her friends. She's not scared of that. And she's always willing to learn so much more about the situations and her great-grandmother, and is capable of taking things in stride. And she's not overly a hot-headed person. She goes by what her heart says, just like, as they explain, like her great-grandmother. So this is actually a very enjoyable character to watch. And also the other characters are good too, but I have to give all the hype towards Ton. Okay, so to start with episode 2, the rescue mission is set. They have to go rescue Shinyao, because you remember in episode 1 she got kidnapped. Now we come to find out that a werewolf kidnapped her, because it couldn't be a simple human. And the fact that humans and shadows, but they're also go by the name of Umbra, and no, not Umbra from Bayonetta. That's what possibly some people may have thought when they heard that word, but that's also their other name. They work together, so humans and Umbras do work together, and we come to find out the reason why, so I'll get into that a little bit later. So we finally got that mysterious dude that showed up back in episode 1, his name by the name of Haysin, and it comes to find out that, you know, he doesn't particularly like humans, nor does he like the descendant of Raijan, which is Ton. So hence why he got Chris, who is a werewolf, to kidnap her. Now it comes to find out that Chris didn't want to involve an innocent person, whatever the case, for this particular situation, and it's shown both in the opening. If you look at the opening closely and you look through these 2 episodes, Chris seems pretty protective of Shinyao. Now we don't know the reason as to why he's so protective for her, but hopefully as later episodes come by we see his reason for that. Now I have my suspicions as to why that may be, possibly because she may be herself a descendant of someone he cared about in the past, and they're long gone, and now he meets her, the descendant of that person, years later. Or he simply just cares for humans, but he doesn't wish for them to coexist. He probably thinks that they should live separately. Now Jack the Ripper was in episode 2. You know, he's most famous for back during, I believe, the 16th or 17th century, I may have the centuries wrong, for killing several women in the most gruesome of way, and they always like playing him in many forms of fiction. And so he was in this episode trying to kill Shinyao until Ton came to rescue her, but of course that failed. Shinyao is still kidnapped. She's still at large. So by episode 3 we got information about Ton's grandmother before they go off trying to rescue Shinyao again. So we come to find out that she was the leader of the Twilight's organization, and that she was an Umbra Hunter, not an Umbra Witch, no, an Umbra Hunter. And these hunters' main goal was to eradicate Umbras so that they don't harm humans. But Raijan was completely different from all of the other hunters. Instead, she wanted both sides to coexist with each other. Hence why she created the cafe, Forbidden Cafe, so that way humans and Umbras can communicate with each other and get familiar with each other. Because of her actions all those years ago, we have it where in the current storyline, government and agents all over the world are willing to work with Umbras whenever there is supernatural situations going on, and the fact that they can work together without causing a problem on either side. So it's thanks to her and her wanting them to be able to work together, and that she saw a greater good beyond what everybody at that time was thinking about each side. So it was thanks to Ton's great grandmother that we have where Umbras and humans are capable of coinciding within the same space. So Chris is he's kidnapping, but at the same time he's protecting Shinyao, and we come to find out that he and Luke are actually brothers. But as the episode was going on, they indicated the way I was viewing it is that they're not blood related, but they grew up in the same village, and in that same village it was destroyed, and so they're the last members or so from that village. And Chris has hatred towards Luke because Luke may have been the reason why their entire clan and everybody is gone. Now, it's not that Chris hates humans. He's just one of those Umbras that doesn't think that humans and them should live alongside each other. Okay, but he doesn't want to harm them. So he's one of the more peaceful type of Umbras, whereas Haysin is not. So his philosophy against, the Forbidden Cafe members and Chris is completely different. So he wants to cause trouble, but at the same time, we have Chris and the cafe members who doesn't. So we have a fight between the two brothers, and then we have everybody else that came in trying to rescue Shinyao. But we have where Luke doesn't want them to kill his brother. So unfortunately, Shinyao is still at large, okay? And she's still going to be missing. So I guess for the rest of this season, or at least for halfway through, we're going to have where they're trying to get back Shinyao, but also explain the history of Raijan and the role that Ton is to play in this current age, and to also stop Haysin from whatever plot he's trying to brew up and cause trouble between both these two species. So if you saw both the episodes of Phantom in the Twilight, episodes 2 and 3, do tell me in the comment section below on how you felt about these two episodes. Are you going to continue with this series, put it on hold, or drop it all together? Because you have your various reasons, which is okay, it's fine. So, but I'm telling you, you're going to be missing out. I'm telling you, you're making a big mistake. But nonetheless, also check out the links are in the description box. And I'm Kimmy Chan of Anime Legends Podcast, and I will see you guys later. Bye!